Your greatest failures and mishaps can be converted to successes by just using this, the law of imagination. Imagination can transform anything bad into anything good. Life is all dependent on how you perceive it, okay? And it also depends a lot on how you see yourself. And if your confidence is exceedingly low, you might have to assume another identity or even imagine yourself as something greater to achieve your task. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of this. When I was in undergrad, okay, I did 2 consecutive years which were completely horrible. Okay, I think I might have got like a 2.1. I was almost failing, and I had no confidence. Okay, especially when I saw my name. When I saw my name, I saw reminiscence of a loser, of a guy that couldn't do anything if he tried to, and of a failure, right? I'd actually study. It wasn't that I was not studying. I was actually studying, but I couldn't put anything together. I couldn't make it work. And to top it off too, I wasn't in great shape. So you think, and other people think, well, what are you doing? I mean, you're not in great shape. You're not getting good marks. So where is your spare time going? You're not working a job. And then I met this guy in one of my classes. He was a nerdball, but he was obsessed with Spider-Man, okay? So we'd be doing these stupid genetics labs, boring, time pass. We thought they were boring. This guy would just have a ball. It was like a little kid having cake on a play date. He would just have the best time of his life. And we asked him, do you really like genetics or something, dude? Like, what's going on? And he would say, I'm pretending I'm Spider-Man and I'm versing the Green Goblin. So every lab, he would assign the lab task as some foes, okay? So if you're familiar with Spider-Man, if not, it's okay, but he would assign, like, this is the Green Goblin, I'm versing lab 1. This is the Vulture, I'm assigning lab 2. This is Sandman, lab 3, whatever. This guy ended up getting like a 96% in the lab, and he got into med school a couple years later, okay? He put up an Instagram post dedicating his success to a simple thing, okay? He said, I couldn't be Spider-Man in real life, so I decided to choose the next best thing. I decided to pretend my patients in work were civilians that needed help and that I was Spider-Man helping them. Needless to say, this guy wasn't a very gifted guy. In high school, he's about a 75, 76% average. He wasn't he was a really smart guy, right? But it's not like he was some type of genius. He obviously had to work. But just by putting himself in this predicament, pretending that he had a greater purpose to serve, imagining himself as a childhood hero that he liked really served him well, okay? So now you fast forward back to me, okay? I'm failing. I'm not doing that great. So I'm thinking to myself, whenever I see my name on paper, it's just an L. 60%. Write the test, don't write the test. 50, 60%, I'm always failing, okay? I had one friend, actually a really close friend. He's a family friend, you could say, a distant family member. And he was in medicine, okay, at the time. So this was my 3rd year of undergrad. I spent 4 months revising and trying to adopt new study techniques, and I spent hours trying to refigure out myself so I could eventually get good enough grades to get into a program I wanted to. Okay, this is the first test of that year, and with 4 months of studying, it was imperative that I did well for my own self-confidence and self-being. Okay, so a lot of you guys at university will resonate with this. When the TA comes around with a white paper face down, and it's nerve-wracking, you're like, oh my god, I'm freaked out. You don't want to open the paper, and you're waiting. There's like 2 or 3 minutes left till it starts. The teacher looks and says, okay guys, begin. And everyone's, you hear this paper turn and everyone's writing. Okay, so the TA is giving out the paper. I'm feeling kind of scared, so the first thing I do, I said, I'm going to pretend I'm this guy. Let's call him Syed, for example. Okay, pretending I'm Syed. As soon as I hear the teacher say flip it over and begin, I flip it over. I write this guy's full name on the top right side of the paper. Okay, full name. 4 names he had, I wrote that name, okay? I literally pretended I was this guy, and I knew if I messed up this test, my confidence would be shot maybe for life, right? You can't do anything wrong no matter how hard you work. I was working for hours on studying. I even hacked the course material in advance in the summer just so I could start doing well. Wrote the test with a smile, and on every single paper that was 8 pages long, let's say, every time I flip the paper, I'd write this guy's full name on the top right, okay? Write his full name, and then answer the questions. I ended up getting 88%, which is my first A minus of university, okay? Just by pretending I was someone else, my brain was able to take out the self-handicap, okay? So self-handicap is a phenomenon in psychology. I'm not going to dwell on it here, but if you want to hear it, you can comment. I'll be happy if there's enough people that want to know about it. I can make a video on that, okay? I did my undergrad in psychology, so I'm pretty acquainted with the discipline itself. And never let any adult or grown-up say that imagination's not for you, okay? I used to think these people who you say they have imaginary friends, imaginary dinosaurs in play school were like crackheads, right? Like, oh, this guy is just a nut job. You know, send him to an addictions counselor if he was doing this today, right? But imagine yourself as a greater purpose. Next time you see some boring task, put yourself in the shoes of someone famous you know, childhood hero, even some kind of TV character, make-believe character. It doesn't have to be a real person. Someone you actually like and resonate with, you think is cool, you hold in high esteem. Pretend you're that person, get over the hump, because that first win you get, even if you pretend to be someone else, will translate to your self-identity. You can destroy self-handicap and use imagination to become successful beyond your wildest dreams. Please like, comment, subscribe. It helps the algorithm.